it's John, and welcome to another edition of Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate, where we talk about everything real estate. Today we're going to talk about when homeowners should change or rekey the locks on their property. So let's dive in. Well, the first time we want to think about changing or rekeying our locks is obviously when we purchase a home. So I'm going to give you 4 tips to help you go through that process, hopefully as easily, efficiently, and securely as you can. So tip 1 is when you get your offer accepted, you're in escrow and you're starting your inspection period. You have the termite guys going in, your general inspector, whoever. Use those opportunities to go in also and do an inventory on all the locks. Now, if you're buying a simple property that just has a front and a back door, there are no other locks, well, that's going to be a pretty easy project. However, if you're buying a larger property with a lot of doors, a lot of different types of locks, and a lot of different styles as far as decorations go, you'll want to go through and decide, well, do I really want to keep that decorative look? Do I want to change the decorative look? Do I want to keep that kind of lock, but the lock that's in there right now looks like it's pretty worn out? I'm going to keep the same type, but I want a new one that is sturdier. You may also say, well, in this particular location, I have a keyed lock, but I want a keypad, or maybe you want a combination keypad or key lock. So as you do your inventory, take pictures of each door and print those out on a nice piece of paper and make notes. If you are moving into a larger home, you might want to even have that locksmith that's going to do all this for you come with you when you take your inventory, so that they can scope out what kind of equipment they're going to need, how much time they're going to need on the project on the day that you actually have them come and change locks after escrow closes. So think about also bringing your locksmith along on your walkthrough. Tip number 2, if you have a very simple layout, deadbolt and the knob on the front door, deadbolt and knob lock on the back door, and you're going to replace them yourself, you're pretty good with a screwdriver or a drill. You will go to the hardware store. You can buy these sets. I do it all the time for rentals, where you get a matching deadbolt and knob lock. Well, if you plan to buy those off the shelf, they come, of course, with a key. You don't want to use that key. Take the lock to a locksmith. Tell them what you want, which is to rekey that lock, and have them make you all the copies that you're going to need of that new key. Then, when escrow closes, you're ready to change those out yourself, but the locks have been rekeyed with a new lock. Tip number 3, if you're going to install a security system, at the same time that you do your lock inventory, you might want to have the security system representative come with you and do that security inventory and walk through with them and talk about where sensors are going to be placed, where you're going to want the control panel or panels placed, all those kind of things. It's good to have that all scoped out too, so that again, on the day escrow closes, the next day, whenever you want that security system put in, you've already done a walkthrough with the representative. You have it all scoped out. You know how much it's going to cost. They know how much time it's going to take, and they can allot for that the schedule when the technician gets there. Tip number 4. If you do buy lock sets and you decide to change them out, as I discussed in the second tip about not using the keys that come with them, keep in mind that it is cheaper to take locks to the locksmith's shop rather than have the locksmith come to you. If you can leave someone at the house, take the locks, put them in a box, and then be able to drop them off at the locksmith, or lots of times they'll do it, rekey them while you wait. Take just the lock part out, take it to the locksmith. It's a lot cheaper than having the locksmith come out. So when else do we want to change or rekey locks? Well, when a key has been lost. Sometimes we don't know if a key has truly been lost or if a key has been stolen. So be safe. If you have lost a key, you want to change or rekey the lock that key opened. Very, very simple concept. You may also want to change or rekey locks anytime you change staff. Let's say you have a cleaning crew that comes in that you give a key to, so they come in during the day while you're at work, away at work, and they clean your house. You may have yard service, you may have pool service that all has keys to the gate to get in your backyard so they can do their work there. Anytime you change those, you may want to consider changing out the lock. Now, if you have a gate, I always recommend having a keypad lock. That way, anytime that there is a problem or you change, it's very easy to rekey that pad and give your new pool company, your new yard company, the new code to get in without having to use a locksmith. So, anytime you change staff. Now, also, if you ever change a trusted person, and by that I mean, let's say you're dating somebody and you give them a key to your home, you're not dating them anymore. Even if they give you that key back, you might want to think about rekeying that lock. If you have a next door neighbor, and this is really common where I grew up in the Midwest, a lot of neighbors had their key to the next door neighbor's house. So that if there was an emergency in the house, anything from a small fire to you hear an alarm going off, the neighbor had the key, could let in fire, could let in the gas company if you smell gas coming from inside the house, anything like that. If you change neighbors or all of a sudden you don't get along with your neighbors, that's a good time to change out or rekey any lock that they have had a key to. And finally, if the security of the home is ever breached, you might want to think about changing either a single lock or all the locks, depending upon the circumstances of the breach. Now, if someone breaks in the window, it's obvious that they were unable to breach one of the locks, therefore they broke a window. So in that case, you need to change out the locks or have them rekeyed. Well, look at the circumstances of the breach and you can make a good decision on that. So anytime that anyone has gotten in through the lock, you want to definitely make sure that you have that you do rekey or change out that lock. So those are the times that as a homeowner you might want to think about changing or rekeying locks. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you have another circumstance under which a lock should be changed that you want to add to the list, please do so. And I hope if you like this video, please hit like. And I hope you will also subscribe, because we will be back next week with another edition of Cozy, Charming, Crazy Real Estate. And I hope to see you then. Take care.